So you were born in 1924.
Yes.
What change to 2015 are you most happy about?
Probably the racial climate in this country. If not the racial climate, at least the reality of the legislation and the necessary changes that has brought about.
Tell me about, because you were in the heart of the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
Like, we read about it now.
Yeah.
And, I'm 35, John's 52, and we're like,
Not 52.
It's a totally different thing. Like, I read about it
Oh,
like
yeah.
a history
Oh,
book.
yeah. Mhm.
What was it like to experience? What kind of hardships did you face personally as somebody trying to advance civil rights?
Well, I lived in the South for 17 years, then went back to Indianapolis. The only time my life was ever threatened was in Indiana. In the year of my birth, there were more members of the Ku Klux Klan in Indiana than in any other state in the Union.
Figures.
And the state government was owned by the Klan.
Really?
So I've seen all of those changes, and it's been encouraging, to say the least.
Give me hard stories. Like, this was a turning point. This was a hard thing for me. Like, quantify that for me. Make it concrete.
I was a young minister here in Florida and went to Leesburg Youth Camp every year. And we brought in Vivian Postel, who
Who's
was
that?
a teacher
Okay.
in Lakeland. And she was black. And we brought her in to help break down the color barriers that were there very present in a segregated society. And one day we were sitting under a tree on Lake Griffith, talking, and she described what it was like to have a little boy running off the street, your little brother, and bury his head in your skirts and cry over and over and over again, because kids, cruel white kids who'd been taught their cruelty by older heads, had hissed nigger, 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 and he didn't understand that. She explained what it was like to live in a house, a frame house on a dirt road in Lakeland, and have the Klan march by and hurl epithets in your direction, carrying a cross in front of all things.
What's the epithet?
And those things were totally strange to me. That was not a part of my background.
Okay.
But it was a necessary introduction to a different form of reality.
Those are life lessons.